Page 80, rhythm drills. I'm also going to cover page 90 or 81 here too. We're just reviewing rhythms. They give you different ones, and it's really up to you. I don't have a lot to say here. As long as you can count out, you can get the rhythm. The first one here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Get the idea? Then the left hand it's the same rhythm. If you take the right hand up an octave, you can play them at the same time. Because they're mirroring each other. It's easy to do. And the third line down, the right hand, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You get the idea? And the same rhythm for the left hand. And again, just move the right hand up and I don't know that it's a lot of help, but if you want to do that, that's fine. Then the last one, the last two lines at the bottom, eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. You'll notice I did the articulation right off the bat, because when it's really simple and something like this, you kind of try and do everything all at once. See if you can. I didn't do the dynamics because it says gradually get louder. I mean, no, same, a little louder, louder. Yeah, I didn't do the dynamics in the other, but hopefully you can do it okay. If you have any questions on it, you let me know. I'm not doing play with me's on these because they're just rhythm exercise. Hopefully you can do those okay. On page 81, they got what's music theory, and it's really important that you understand it all. So just briefly, they're telling you a quarter note gets a count. They have to tell you what gets a count. Otherwise, a quarter note doesn't always get a count. So number one, they want you to draw a note that equals the eighth notes. And they did the first one for you. 4 eighth notes is the same as 2 quarter notes, which is the same as 1 half note. So you only draw in one note. So you got to figure out what that note is. If you go across, that's 6 eighth notes, but you see they're beamed 2 at a time. Basically, they're beamed by beat. I mean, they don't have to be. The first example, there's 4 of them beamed together. That's fine. Here, what they want is there's 3 beats. So what note equals 3 beats, typically? And that would be a dotted half note. Then in the second line, the second one is 2 eighth notes. Well, 2 eighth notes equal a quarter note, so the quarter note. And then the last one, you got 8 eighth notes. They're beamed 4 together at a time. Well, you already know 4 of them is a half note. So if you take 2 half notes, what do you get? It's a whole note. So the last one is a whole note. On number 2, the measures are incomplete, and they want you to complete the measures using eighth notes. So you can do the first one in 4/4 time. There's 3 quarter notes. They're missing a beat. So you need 1 more beat worth of eighth notes, which would be 2 eighth notes. In the next measure, a half note is 2 counts. So now they're missing 2 beats. So now you need to draw in 2 beats worth of eighth notes, or 4 of them, I guess. And you figure it out. If you have questions, let me know. The second line of this is 3/4 though. So there's only 3 counts in a measure. That first one is a quarter note and a quarter rest. That's 2 counts. So you'll just need 1 count worth of eighth notes, which is 2 eighth notes. Number 3, they want you to do the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. I do 1 and 2 and 3. I put in a little ampersand there, whatever. You can do plus signs if you want. Under the melody, showing the counting for the notes. And they've done the first measure for you. And you just do the rest of the measures. If you have questions, let me know. Then they do the same thing. This is in 3/4 time in the bass clef for the next line. Just put in the counting under the notes. And then number 4, they want you to identify it as a C chord or C sus4 chord. Well, the first one they give it is a C sus4 chord. Because the C chord is that, and the C sus4, you just move the middle note up. They could be together or broken or whatever. You can identify those, I hope.